be putting, especially in the education and the health sector, are lost in, wastage in this nonsensical bribery around the country, kuweka watu laini, kuwapea pesa, kuhonga watu, and so on, instead of actually delivering real services to the people. Hizi shida zote zinahitaji that we review our country. Ukiangalia sector ya security, mimi nimeshangaa yale nimeona wiki hii wakati niliona Senator wa Kisii Onyonka akifukuzwa kutoka kwa mkahawa Siaya. I mean, nilijiuliza nchi gani? I mean, I don't know this country. Where is this? We have lived all along. Mimi nimetembea kila mahali. Tunaenda hapo, unajua kulikuwa na wakati
Lepal unaenda unakula samaki.
Wacha hata Lepal. Kule kwa lake hapo wakati nilikuwa serikali tulikuwa tunakunywa kula hapo samaki na kina Orengo na Gladys Wanga na wale wengine wajumbe huko, tunakaa pale tukitoka mikutano Siaya ama tukitoka mikutano Homa Bay, tunaishia pale kwa lake kula samaki pale na waheshimiwa wajumbe wa bunge akina Rosa Bui na wengine. I mean, that's how we are supposed to interact. That's how we always interacted. I don't know when it changed to a point. Sasa nikienda nianze kujiuliza if I'm going to the lakeside to eat fish or not.
So kuna wastage kwa government.
Too much wastage, too much theft and looting of public resources. Hiyo ndio shida. Shida yetu ni kuambia ukweli vioje. Inji sio pesa.
Pesa tuko nayo. Shida yetu sio watu tuko nao wa kufanya kazi. Shida yetu tuseme tu ukweli vile ni management, usimamizi wa mipango ya serikali. Hiyo ndio shida. Asante sana.
And being firm and forthright and focused on doing the things that need to be done and being serious about our work. I mean, if I was the president of the country today, I would be very embarrassed. Eti nchi hai tumekuwa huru miaka 63 independent. Eti moto, can you imagine? I mean, I even shudder to talk about it na mdomo yangu. Eti mtu kama tuseme gavana Wanga wa Homa Bay aende kukaa mkahawa pale Keroka, kwende kuona marafiki zake Keroka pale, eti watu waanze kumwambia kumfukuza eti huwezi kuingia kwa mkahawa. What country is that?
Kuna siasa ambayo imeingia, siasa ya uhuni, Goonism. Labda ungegusia swala kama hilo. Ulipokuwa waziri wa usalama, kuna mambo kama haya yalikuwa yakifanyika, Bwana Matiang'I?
See, I don't remember one incident. By the way, let me tell you. At mimi sikumbuki incident even one when thugs moved around with police officers when I was Minister for Interior. Eti thugs wanaenda, alafu tunaanza kujifanya.
But there were criminal gangs around.
When criminal groups...
Mombasa Republican councils were there.
Mombasa Republican...
Chikororo in Kisii was also there.
No, they were not there.
They were there.
In fact, Michuki and later on General Kaiseri to an extent. But Michuki mostly is the one who dealt with most of these organized gangs when he was Minister for Interior. Michuki then later on, the late Saitoti Kidogo. But Michuki is the one who crashed most of these big organized groups when he was Minister. Because that's when the management of security took a fairly radical turn during President Kibaki's time. And they built that trajectory all the way. And mimi nasemanga tuseme tu kweli vile huko. I am very, very grateful, and we give credit to the late John Michuki, and because that was the turning point. You face it. Angola, Musumbiji, Sungusungu, Chinkororo, Mombasa Republican Council, Cheshila, Ziwani, Baghdad Boys, he order is the turning point started with John Michuki. When he started Mungiki, the sorting out Mungiki in central Kenya, he started with that time. And the police continued in that trajectory all the way. By the time the late Kaiseri was becoming Minister for Interior, him and the generals that he worked with in the security sector, they brought in again another new approach, working jointly with the NIS and other people. When President Kenyatta created the multi-agents team in the security sector, so that we have symmetry and sharing of intelligence and so on. When I became Minister for Interior, now it was a question of implementing that multi-agents plan and working to now completely dismantle any of those existing groups. So
you had a solid or watertight strategy
completely
dealing with these organized criminal gangs.
Absolutely, and by the way, that structure is not gone. The structure is there. It's just that our leaders who are in office now need to be bold, courageous, and forthright in dealing with it. They will sort it out, because the security sector is the one that is most endowed and most regimented. From nyumba kumi, wazee wa nyumba kumi na village elders, uende mpaka kwa assistant chief, uende mpaka kwa sub county. waende kwa county and all the way. We have security structures all the way. That is why, and you have a very elaborate intelligence mechanism. Uwezi kuniambia, mimi haziwezi kuamini. That's why I'm very firm and forthright on this matter. Uwezi kuniambia eti kuna watu wanaanza kufukuza mjumbe wa bunge kutoka kwa hoteli Karoka na siwajui nikiwa Minister for Interior. No. It means that the whole structure iko na shida pande hiyo. But sababu hapo there is a sub county, the deputy county commissioner kuna security team, kuna chief huko, kuna assistant chief huko, kuna wazee wa nyumba 10 na kuna elders pande hiyo. I mean, you will get all the information you need. How can you tell me eti mtu aenda afukuze? As I've given you an example, kiongozi wa amechaguliwa na watu, tuseme kama ni Senator Kajwang kutoka Homa Bay, aende kunywa chai mkahawa, even if it's in Nyasiongo where I come from, eti watu wamwambie toka hapa, huwezi kunywa chai kutoka hapa. Within hours we will know who those people are and we will ensure they are punished.
So kuna ulegevu kwa upande wa serikali ya sasa?
It must be. I mean, you know, honestly, and in any case, even people to gather courage, to wake up in the morning and people gather courage to do that kind of thing to a leader, they must be knowing that someone will protect them.
Okay.
They will not face the law. Even this thing we saw here during demonstrations, where people enter shops and they break into shops and so on. Na police wanawaangalia. I saw this when we had by-elections in Nyamira the other day, 3 by-elections. Yes. People walk in broad daylight with arrows and bows, intimidating people, and they are at the behest of an elected member of parliament who enjoys respect or who enjoys cover by a security team. I went to hospital on Saturday, last Saturday, yes, to see a Gijana who was beaten by goons aligned to 2 politicians in Kisii. I asked the police officers when they met me there, I asked, are you happy? Are you proud of what you are doing? That this is happening under your jurisdiction?
So our security infrastructure...
And the police told me...
is not working.
They told me, afande, unaelewa hii, unatuelewa afande, na unajua ile inaendelea. Okay. Sisi tukiajiriwa tufanye kazi yetu, hii haitafanyika. Tu siasa imekuwa mingi, tunapigiwa masimu. Polisi wenyewe wanakuambia, hii ni shida inaletwa na watu wa siasa.
Labda mtu angependa kuhoji, tofauti gani iko kwa hiyo sehemu yako na your observation about what has been happening in the country with what happened in 2020 June when Raila Odinga came from the US where he was met with the police excesses and brutality?
You see, what happened is this. First of all, that
about 33 people were killed, according to Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch.
By the way, let me tell you, I don't think that the numbers, as they said, are truthful, but it doesn't matter. Even one life in Kenya is one life too many.
Yes.
There could be cases of political, and to the best of my knowledge, that matter was routinely investigated and fully or exhaustively investigated, and people are brought to book on the matter. Okay. The question is, people ask me all the time, what's the difference between what happened here and what happened there? The difference is how we responded to the matter. Because we did not sanction those kinds of silly things. And when they happened, we went after those people. And everybody knew, including politicians who were aligned to government or people who were close to government, they knew that they will not escape the law. That is why even the incident that happened in Kisumu during the 2017 skirmishes that involved Pendo and everything, it was exhaustively investigated. And in fact, as I've said elsewhere, that as a government, rather than engaging in cover-up or what have you on that particular case, I don't want to talk, of course, so much about this because the matter is in court, and there are police officers who are facing, who are being called to account. But as
again,
government...
But again, maybe just to cut you short, you sat at the National Security Advisory